All right. We've got welcome to my YouTube channel. It's another section of well, we're gonna try to attempt to walk down this hill in the woods. I brought my trusty stick with. As always, you got to carry a stick that's about a foot taller than you are, so you can grab the end of it while you push down on it. There you go. So this is my lovely walking journey into the woods, and hopefully I don't bust my ass like I did last time. All right. It's always good to have at least 2 or 3 things anchored. So I got my arm anchored, 1 foot, 1 foot. Arm anchored, 1 foot, 1 foot. Arm anchored, 1 foot. Ooh, ha ha, it's that easy. I almost just slid it and fell out my ass. But yeah, I'm climbing down this pretty steep embankment here. And I don't have the luxury of trees everywhere to grab onto, but I'm almost at the bottom now. But this is my creek. This is where I do my thing, my thingy thing. These are big, it's a big nut tree behind me there. It has nuts on it. Pretty good too. Can't remember the name of them right now. My memory's failing me. But I'm at the bottom of the hill. And this is my lovely creek. My lovely creek and the little tube that it goes through. And it continues on down there. So that's that. I only have a few neighbors, so they don't think I'm too nuts coming out here. But I like to cruise the backyard and see what's going on. This is where I get my electric from. Look at that thing, huh? Is that something to behold or what? That's my electric meter. So there's that. Water spills out at an enormously fast rate. It's been raining here for the last few weeks. Like on and off, on and off. This is a good time to plant grass seed, by the way. You missed it by about 3 days. I put more rocks down here. See, they bust up the concrete. They make big piles of it down here, which I don't necessarily agree with, but because it's ugly. But on the plus side, it gives me something solid to walk on. Big chunks of concrete don't really move too much until you get to the bottom. Those ones are kind of loose. All right, I'm at the bottom. Whew, that was good. All right, so this is usually where I do my coffee in the woods. Except today, I don't have a lot of coffee. Well, I already drank my coffee. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and hope this video gets out and I don't die in here. See what I got going on here. Well, usually when I walk, I gotta switch to this when I get in here because there are people with firearms back here, and I don't want to be mistaken for a goose or a deer. So I will put my orange hat on. Yeah, once I get past this point here, it's best not to be stupid, you know. Not to mention I'm having a bad hair life. There's some firewood. All right. But yeah, I cleared this pretty much out of garbage and refuse. Oh, seems like some of my walkaways are gone. Got washed out. Is that a stump? No, that's just firewood. Huh. Somebody's cutting wood and rolling it down the hill. It's okay. See, in a survival situation, you never know. You run across somebody's garbage, you know. This right here, this aluminum pan, I think I'm going to throw it in the scrap pile on the way back. That could be used to cook your dinner. And then down the creek bed here, see if I can show you a bit of where I'm at here. Down the creek bed here, there's a lot of stones and things to flip over. Where see, my walk across is gone. There was a walk across here and it washed away. It's pretty much part of the earth now. So what I'm gonna have to do, I got another one here made of stone that's not so likely to walk away, and I put that there a couple months back. I just have to backtrack a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, that's kind of deep. I'm not gonna go across. You know what? I think I'm gonna have a seat over here on this log like I usually do. There's this little log over here, and I used to do a video tour from this log here. Instantly where I found that garbage. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll just sit here for a minute. I'm gonna have another video coming up in a little while. I'm gonna see how well my camouflage works. But yeah, I thought I'd come out here and rattle a few things off. Well, I had nothing better to do. I was gonna grab a few stones, and I got my wrist rocket. I like to target practice with that, keep my eye clear, my hand steady. Just a little practice. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later on, but not right now. Yeah, we got all kinds of goofy stuff going on here. I usually come out here and just ponder my thoughts and you know, be one with nature and things like that. Things about it is there's a lot of people claiming that they, you know, they've got the answers to the nature thing. You know, they're naturalists, environmentalists, and things like that. And I guess the left is inadvertently, by default. You know what? I'm gonna stand up one of those logs, those firewood logs. That's what I'm gonna do. Stand one of those up. They just rolled down the hill here. I don't know how they got down here. I'm gonna use that for a seat. See, even find garbage. There's decent garbage in the woods. Throw that over by that pan too. Let me use one of these things to sit on. Better than a concrete block. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah, see? You flip over rocks and use that for bait. Those little caterpillars, those little centipedes. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this one here. And set it up like a little chair. I know you can't see it. But this is my spot right here. There we go. Let's see which side. I'm gonna set it like that. That's it. Sit on something muddy. That's how you get the swamp ass. Swamp ass. I wanted to do a video on swamp ass, a whole video of nothing but swamp ass. Swamp ass is when, let's say, you go down the beach, you're in your favorite bikini or your favorite, you know, boxers or whatever, your swim trunks, and or the public pool. It's got a lot of chlorine in it, by the way. It's bad for you. It's a lung irritant. You shouldn't swim in chlorine. Let's say you're down by the river, down by the creek, like I am, and you fall in. Like I'm very capable of doing. I've fallen in the water before. I'm not too proud to admit it. But your pants get wet, you know, around the private areas. Swamp ass is when you just kind of like drip dry and don't get a towel in there and wipe your crack, and it's just kind of like the water stays in there, it doesn't evaporate, and it starts to smell. And if it's like lake water or river water or creek water, it kind of smells like fish. And then, you know, you end up with swamp ass. It's a descriptive term. I'm not sure if that would be a noun or an adjective. Huh. Anyways, so yeah, I typically I'll sit here with a cup of coffee and wow. Typically sit here with a cup of coffee and just chew the fat and do what I do on the coffee in the wood sections. Today, yeah, it's just a way to get away from the world and away from politics and reflect on myself and the politics of it all. It's more than just Republican versus Democrat, and, you know, scary thing versus scary thing and scarier thing. It's like they're trying to outscare each other. You know, we can't let the Democrats take over, or you'll be taxed to death. You know, or the Democrats, we can't let the Republicans take, or it'll be Nazi Germany all over again. You know, and it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. When you get out into the real world, you know, into the real world, and you get into, you know, you'll come across people that don't believe like you do. You know, and it's amazing. It's an eye opener. But this has been going on. I mean, the real world's been going on for the last gazillion years. You know, that we know of. But, you know, I use the words like gazillion because it's not really a real number. So, it's a made-up fake number. Even 6,000 years is huge. It's like, how does wow, 6,000 years. It's amazing. But, yeah, in the world scope, This is just to get away from the world and enjoy the earth. And there's a difference between the world and the earth. The earth is our home, you know. This is where we make our home, or where our home has been made for us, I should say. It's a beautiful place, you know. Nothing too much to be scared of. I'm out here in the woods, man. There's swamps, and there's you know, I mean, I got a nice little creek running through this part, but there's a swamp over there, and over there is a cemetery. So I don't really like to go too far that way. Yeah, zombies are over there, man. If there's ever going to be zombies, that's where they're going to come from, is outside the cemetery or a major city near you. So there's that. But yeah, this is a place where you go to get away from the zombies. In the middle of the woods, they can't find you. And incidentally, zombies can't swim. If you ever see a zombie that's swimming, you let me know, because I'm particularly scared of zombies that can swim. I have a floating fortress, I call it. It's like a raft. Okay. So yeah, if you ever hear of a zombie that swims, I want to be informed of that. So if you can you know, post a video down there in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I've got a lot of interesting stuff coming up. I've got a lot of thoughts in my head. But it has some characters. I'm gonna come out with some characters. Yeah, it ought to be fun. But yeah, but for now, I dodged in between the rain. We got in between the raindrops, and I was able to come out and check the backyard, make sure there's no monsters back here and stuff. There aren't. Somebody's been throwing firewood down the hill, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Everybody thinks that, like, you know, Michigan is flat. It's not. It is not flat, not at all. There are hills. There are hills and more hills. You know, those are hills. Yeah, I'm down here in a creek, and this has been carved out of nature for thousands and thousands of years. This little valley I'm sitting in right here. You know, water has washed away a little bit of sand here and there. Will wash my little footbridge away. You know, and that's some heavy duty water, because it was up high. So it's probably down there somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, we get all kinds of stuff coming down here. There's actually one of those. See that orange thing right there? It's for so the snowman doesn't know where the end of the road is, so he doesn't run. So all he had to do was hit that once. Ended up down in here in my creek. Well, I don't like that, so I'm gonna have to get that out of there eventually. It's fiberglass, and you know, glue and shit. But the left does not own the environment. We all can do our part. This is just my little backyard. You know, I like to keep it clean. A lot of times I've seen if you care to, check out the aftermath of Standing Rock. Just all you gotta do is Google it. It's pretty easy to do. Aftermath of Standing Rock. Aftermath of Occupy Wall Street. All right, cool. I got a blue jay decided to visit me. He's up there in the tree. But yeah, he decided to come down and visit me. They know me around here. This is my neighborhood. This is my neighborhood, you know. This is where I'm at. They come and visit me. All you gotta do is sit still for about 5 or 10 minutes, and they come back around. They see, oh, human. Oh, it's just that guy. He doesn't hurt nobody. He doesn't hurt nothing. I seen him move a few things around, but he don't really hurt nothing. So there's that. So yeah, the left doesn't own. In fact, they do more damage when they do a protest. When the left does a protest, they tear it up, man. They don't really care about the environment. They just care about winning and getting their voice. And I get it. They haven't won in a long time. They haven't won anything in a long time. Long time. They get little tiny victories, but they don't really win anything. They get a bunch of first downs, but never score. You know, and I get it. You know, but then they grow up and say, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So they end up being conservatives. Now, what ends up happening is they end up getting things and saying, yeah, look, I bought a house. I got that on credit, you know. I'm not a big fan of credit. I buy things, I pay cash, you know. If I can't afford it, I can't afford it, you know. I'll just have to wait till next week or whatever. But which is why I do these low-tech videos. Is because I just simply can't afford it, and I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna sit here and PayPal you guys to death and Patreons and stuff like that. I can do it on my own. You know, I don't want the recognition. I just want a YouTube, man. I just want. Do you even YouTube? Do you even YouTube? Is what I want to know. If you're gonna put up, don't shut up. You know, just open up. You know, be brave. I was deathly afraid of having my picture taken up until a couple of years ago. I didn't want my picture taken. I would be in family pictures going, you know, like I just ate a olive or something. I hate olives. So yeah, I just, oh yeah. So if somebody took a picture of me, and I'd actually get upset about it. I didn't want my picture taken. So it was just a little hang up I had. But yeah, I got over it. I got over it. And it's kind of like if you're afraid of tight spaces, you bury yourself under the ground in a coffin, like Mancow Muller did. And to get over his fear of, you kind of got to do that. You got to throw yourself at it. For me, that worked. It worked like a charm. I just got out there and I was nervous. I made a cooking video. I made a cooking video. Yeah, I made a couple of them, and that wasn't so bad. You know, that wasn't so bad. You know, kind of like, I felt like an idiot. You know, 45 years with that stupid hang up. So I'm gonna head back to the house, and it's been a beautiful little visit with y'all. The coffee in the woods sections take a little bit longer for me to do because of course there's walking time and there's setup time. I didn't set anything up here, but this is my first time down this spring. I was down in here last October or November or something like that. And same thing was going on here that's going on now. So nothing, pretty much nothing. The birds are still here, trees are still standing. My bridge is gone, but there's, well, there it is. It's down there. So there's that. I can't get past that point right there. If you can see, there's all kinds of, that's slippery. Like I said, it rained for the last week here. Yesterday had rained, I'm sorry, Sunday didn't rain hardly at all, but it's Tuesday. It rained a little bit yesterday and all day today so far, up until this little break in the clouds we got here. See, the sun's trying to poke through, but don't look like it's going to happen. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too, so. But well, look at how clear that water is. That's coming right out of my backyard. You could reach in there and drink that water. That's clean water. I'm proud to say that. I know where it comes from. There's a waterfowl field over there. Other than you probably have to boil it because there's geese and stuff in the water right now. They're nesting, and they do drop feces, and you don't want that salmonella, and you know there's other kinds of bacteria. You need to boil your water. Don't get me wrong. Don't, you know. But if you have to. You know, I bring matches and stuff into the woods. Not matches, but, you know. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, no. I brought my trusty lighter. I got it in this little suction cup case here. And in case I drop it, that way I can see it, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm lighting a cigarette, they don't think I'm, you know, a deer or a goose. That's the whole point of the orange hat and the... so when I'm moving around back here, I don't get shot. You know, some people don't follow the law and they break the law and they come out here and shoot at things. I hear them. I know they're down here. They're probably not down here today, but I don't see any footprints in the mud. But, usually I see raccoon prints or something. I don't see nothing. Well, it did rain all day, so yeah, but that has a lot to do with it. You know, I see my footprints. So, all right, I'm gonna scoot out of here, and you know, I try to come up with little catchy catchphrases and stuff for the coffee in the woods section. And I ain't come up with anything yet. If you have any suggestions, put it down there in the comment section. So subscribe if you want to. If you want to, I'm not gonna say you have to. I'm not a Nazi or nothing, you know. But if you don't, you know, I'm gonna have to come find you. You don't want none of that. So, oh boy. We got some morels. I just got a notification. We got some morels at my brother's house. I'm going hunting. Ha! Later. Peace.